Hello. Well, I haven't done a pickups video for quite some time, so naturally there's a fair bit to show off. All the stuff I've got over the Christmas period, including some magazines, charity shop finds, and I also went to Collectorabilia in December, which was great. All of that's coming up. So first off, I'll talk about Collectorabilia, which was actually surprisingly quiet this time. I think maybe a lot of people are just skint this year on the lead up to Christmas. The most important thing to say is probably that I've done another collaboration video with the YouTube channel Mort's Moments. Mort is kind of the official videographer, you would say, of the retro events. It was pretty interesting to get there before everything had all set up and wander around with our official Retro Events lanyards. And we basically went round and had some interesting conversations with buyers and sellers alike. So I'll leave the link to that video in the description below. I'm not sure whether it'll be released before or after this video, but certainly once it's been released, I will put the link there. As for what I bought at Collectorabilia, I too was kind of not too keen on spending a ton of money, but I did pick up 2 games. Recently I've been fancying collecting a few of From Software's older games, so I just kind of saw what was there really, and I ended up with Echo Knight, the Japanese version on the PS1, and Armored Core Nexus, again the Japanese version, on the PS2. The official PlayStation 1 magazine collection is still going strong, I'm happy to say. I am getting closer and closer to a complete collection, but here I have something really special, which I got off eBay from someone who clearly took a lot of care with his magazines as well. And I have 4 special edition, or collector's editions, of the PlayStation 1 magazine. These were basically 4 magazines that came out in 1999, each focusing on a specific genre of games on the PlayStation 1 and detailing all the best games in that genre. And needless to say, these magazines are much harder to come by than your average PlayStation 1 magazine, and are possibly even rarer than the first ever issue. And the best thing about buying these all together was that they all came with the demo discs, they're all complete, and of course, again in very good condition. A couple of weeks ago I was at my granddad's and he mentioned that he was getting rid of all his DVDs that were on his shelf. So I took a little look and I noticed that he had this. Rise and Fall Civilizations at War. It's a PC game. I can assure you that my granddad's never had a PC nor anything to do with gaming or technology for that matter. And he basically said, yeah, someone must have given it to him thinking that it was a film. And I said, can I have it? And he went, well, yeah, what am I going to bloody do with it? It's for kiddies, innit? So I said, yes, Grandad, that's why it says 16 plus on the front. To which he replied, well, it must have sex in it. But yeah, looking on the back, it looks like a pretty decent Total War style game. And I'm looking forward to playing that one. Well, you must be dying to know what I got for Christmas, and it's a bit of a random pick really of 2 PS1 games, Descent 2 by Interplay and Assault Rigs by Cynosis. I was definitely intrigued by Assault Rigs in particular after having read an early PlayStation magazine in which it's featured, and I've also done a video on that PlayStation magazine if you wish to view it. As I may or may not have mentioned in the past, Star Ocean 3 is possibly my 3rd favourite video game of all time. So I saw this online and it's the Star Ocean Till the End of Time bonus disc, which has some, I guess, behind the scenes sort of stuff on it, and it also has a trailer for Final Fantasy 12. And I just thought, seeing as I'm such a big fan, I might as well have this in the collection and see what it's about. A few donations up next, which are always much appreciated, trust me on that. First up, 2 games from my good friend Pete. We have Time Crisis Project Titan, and one of my all-time favourites, especially on the PS1 back in the day when I used to play it, Command & Conquer Red Alert. I also had Red Alert Retaliation, which was my favourite game at the time, I'd say. And then there's one from Darren, which was admittedly absolutely ages ago now, but I thought I'd mention it, you know, might as well. And it's Medal of Honor European Assault, which I think actually completes my Medal of Honor collection, at least on PS2. Another PS2 game, this time from CEX, it's Xena Warrior Princess, which I got for a very nice £1.50. Now, I used to play the PS1 Xena Warrior Princess. I'm not sure if this is this exact same game, or whether it's completely different, but I'm hoping that it is just the same game but upgraded slightly in the graphics department, because the PS1 Xena Warrior Princess was another one that I used to play all the time, and it was really good. Here's a game that a lot of people might not even know about. It's Dino Crysis 3 for the original Xbox. It was actually an Xbox exclusive, which some of you might be surprised about, seeing as Dino Crisis 1 and 2 were PlayStation exclusives as far as I know. But this is a game that I'm very much looking forward to doing a video on. Probably will be my first video on any original Xbox game. So yeah, look out for that one in the near future. So have I bought any new games recently, you ask? Well, other than the Yakuza games, which I always buy new, yes, I have bought one new game, and it's Valkyria Chronicles 4. And despite me absolutely loving the original Valkyria Chronicles, I probably wouldn't have bought this if not for me selling my phone a couple of months ago. I sold it to Game and got a surprising amount of store credit, so I thought, you know what, I'll take a chance and get it, and it's been really good so far. Doesn't quite live up to the original, I don't think, in terms of the characters. I think the characters in this game are a bit more cliche and a bit more Japanese, shall we say. But yeah, it's still a really good game, of course. There's only the charity shop game pickups that are remaining now, and I have to say that the past few months have been really, really lucky for me in terms of charity shop finds. For a start, how can you fault the original StarCraft plus expansion? I think I got this for like 50p or something like that. Can't imagine why anyone would want to trade this in, to be honest. I think it's just such a good find, you know. Sid Meier's Sim Golf. Always a fan of Sid Meier games, and intrigued to know how this game plays and what sort of things you can do. It seems a bit like the Roller Coaster Tycoon style games where you sort of build in different maps and stuff. But then I guess with the ability to actually, you know, play golf within your creations, I think that's a really interesting idea. Robin Hood, Legend of Sherwood. I've always been intrigued by this game. I think it was inspired by the Commandos series, sort of an isometric tactical game where you're leading a small group, you know, of stealthy characters, I believe. And it looks really good. I think it was early last year someone recommended that I play this game and do a review on it. It's Sacrifice, and I actually did do a review on it, but I lost the game footage, so I just kind of scrapped it, and I didn't want to take the time to replay the entire game essentially to get enough gameplay footage. So that's a shame, but it is a pretty decent game. Like, I wouldn't put it in my top 100, I don't think, but it's definitely worth a shot if you enjoy unique real-time strategies that focus on you controlling one character. Stuff like, I believe Spellforce does that kind of thing, and definitely Brutal Legend featuring Jack Black. That kind of gameplay, then this is really good. Knight's Journey of Dreams on the Wii. I almost said Nights into Dreams, but of course that's the earlier one. Haven't actually played any of these games, but it is by Sega and it's not Sonic the Hedgehog, so it's probably going to be good. Brothers in Arms Road to Hill 30. I've always been intrigued by the tactical aspects of these games, the squad-based tactics. The Gearbox Software logo puts me off a bit, but I have played a couple of demos for these games and really enjoyed them, so looking forward to playing that one. Now with this one, I know that I'm going to get a lot of comments down below saying, please do a video, please do a video. It's Winnie the Pooh's Rumbly Tumbly Adventure. Another one on the PS2, this is the Force-powered Star Wars Jedi Starfighter, another one I've never played. And finally, possibly the best value find I've had in a long time, certainly. It's Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 on the PS3, and I got this for £1. I couldn't believe it when I saw it at that price. I bought this on the day of release, well, the original Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I don't think it was Ultimate back then, but I bought it on release for probably like 45 quid. It was one of them similar to Soul Calibur 4. I just traded it in straight away because the content was so lacking. But it's worth £1. It's definitely worth £1, that's for sure. And those were my pickups for the Christmas period of 2018. I don't know, there were probably some more, but I went through and I think I'd forgotten a few that I'd picked up and hadn't shown previously. But hope you enjoyed it either way. I think my next video is going to be another magazine video, magazine number 3 of the official PlayStation magazine. So please stay tuned to the Retro Perspective, and thanks very much for watching.